So the Department of the Army recognizes with your great service with a certificate of appreciation for patriotic civilian service is awarded to Felix E. Roque, Mayor of West New York, New Jersey, for exceptionally meritorious and dedicated service in support of the Northeast Medical Area Readiness Support Group. National Hispanic Awareness Month. Your unwavering patriotism and dedication to the military has contributed immeasurably to the Northeast Mars G's success in establishing a strong bond with its surrounding communities. Your commitment and collaboration to our soldiers has had a profound impact on the Northeast Mars G, as they led to an increase in morale and renewed sense of patriotism. Your actions reflect distinct credit upon you, the Northeast Mars G, and United States Army. From Colonel Cindy Saladin-Muhammad. That's me. Thank you so much. And Major D, okay, get him in the shot.
Command Sergeant Major, come on, please.
Please.
This year's theme, chosen by the National Council of Hispanic Employment Managers, is Embracing, Enriching, and Enabling America.
Until I finally retired, and it's a long history, and I'll tell you that I started when we used to wear khakis in 1976 as an enlisted member. Yeah. So, but before I get started, I just wanted to say, Colonel Commander Cindy Saladin-Muhammad, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel fantastic being here. You guys in the uniform, it feels like a family. It feels great. Command Sergeant Major, thank you so much for having me here. Mayor Diaz, great. It's an honor. It really is, and I'm just a regular Joe, like they say. I've just been blessed, and I say that from the bottom of my heart, because coming from a country like Cuba, and remember how terrible it used to be. So when people tell you about communism, how good it is, it's not. It's not the indoctrination. The Yankees were the bad people, and it was terrible. Waiting to get a half a pound of sugar, to get a pair of shoes. So the fact that we opened the doors recently to Cuba, I'm happy about that, because now they're able to see what America is all about. And America is, to me, the best country in the world. To me, and my father used to say, it's the last frontier. This is where we have to stop the aggressors from coming in and taking over. So we are the gatekeepers for this great country. And I thank each and every one of you, because it's through your hard work, and believe me, it takes a lot to get that uniform on it, right? I remember years ago when I used to be the commander of the hospital in Virginia, my troops coming in and all the problems they used to have, and some of them didn't even have money to pay for gas, but they managed. And you know, it takes a lot of pride, it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of perseverance, and that's the word that has defined what my life has been all over, throughout. Perseverance of coming to this great country and starting from scratch, learning the English language. Perseverance being placed in a military high school, because I wasn't a very good student. I was a little radical, and I hate to say that word, but it's true. I wasn't accustomed to, I had an anger because of what I faced in Cuba, the oppression, the teachers making fun of me, calling me a worm. It was terrible to live in that kind of society where you're constantly being abused, you have no freedoms, no freedom of expression like we have in this great country. So I come to this great country, and my father puts me in a military school, and to me that was probably the best thing he ever did in my life. I actually channel all my thoughts, my aggression, and it made me what I am right now. And I was talking to Colonel Saladin a little while ago. We need to start young. Get the youth to start seeing that the military the police officers, they're the good guys. They're not the bad guys. So we need to start educating them, and that's one thing I did in my town of West New York. I actually started a police academy where we're actually integrating the youth to come in and work with our police force. And Benny's right behind there. Benny, tell them a little bit about what we do with the kids.
We started a program where, I was saying before, as opposed to us going in the middle of the night and taking out your mom and your dad.
The country gives you opportunity, so in my mind, I wanted to do more. I saw myself as an E5 and I said, wow, I see the officers, making a little more money. So I said to myself, I need to do better, and that's what life is about. And this country provides that to you. So I went to Norwich University. I did my undergraduate in biology there, and Spanish, which was easy for me. I spoke Spanish anyway, so but it helped. And from there, medical school, then residency, and finally anesthesiology, and then pain management. I became the director of a hospital in Passaic, New Jersey. And that's what I do now. I'm actually trained in minimal invasive spinal procedures. I do pain management, so a lot of back pains, a lot of elderly, which I enjoy. It's a lot of fun. Seeing them coming in, and we do a lot of burning of nerves and taking disc out, and everything is easy though, and it's a lot of fun. But I have to say, it's always it was the military. I fought with the old entrenched political machine, which has been there for like 60 years, and I needed to change the way my town was running. The taxes were very high, the streets were dirty, there was no respect in my town. And so the military teaches you how to organize, it teaches you how to fight, and that's what I did. And actually one of the members who were with me, Silvio here next to me, Silvio started with me, and so did Manny Diaz. And my poor wife, I was driving her crazy. She says, you gotta get away from this. They're breaking your car. Actually, they broke my car like 12 times. That's politics at Hudson County, by the way. But what are you gonna do? But with the blessing of God, I was able to win, and this is my second term around. And I can tell you, there's gonna be times in your lives that you're gonna say, wow, it's gonna be, but remember the word perseverance. Remember what you guys are made of. I mean, the military. And I hire military all the time. I provide housing for military. I cater to the military in my town. But always remember that what the military taught you, and sometimes you're sitting here and you're bored, you say, this guy's gonna stop talking. I'll stop in a minute. But the reality is, what you learn now is gonna take you for future endeavors. And I say that truthfully because you know what, I haven't stopped. I kept going. I just got back December. I was in Costa Rica. I was able to get like 200 Cubans out of there. And Moppy could tell you, she's my media person. We really did a great job. We got like 7,000 people from the border of Panama and Costa Rica. They were actually hungry, starving. We were able to do that by making the right connections and getting them out of there. Dominican Republic with the border of Haiti. They had a huge flood. I was there. Colombia. Nicaragua. Yeah.
Ecuador.
Ecuador. I was recently in Ecuador. And the reason I do this, people say I'm crazy, I'm spending a lot of money, but once you receive, if you give back, you get more. And you're blessed. And that's what I say. I'm not a religious person per se. I don't go to church every weekend, even though my wife says I should. But the reality is, the more you give back to society, the better you become. And I will always continue giving back, and God willing, my goals will be soon to go back in the military. I see there is a need for doctors, and I did my active duty in 2008 at Brooks Army Medical Center, and when I saw soldiers waiting for months and months to get treated by a physician, I found that despicable. I was angry, and I worked long hours because I wanted to help them. And I see that now in the Veterans Hospital, how our troops have to wait for days and to get the proper medical treatment. To me, that's unacceptable. I get upset about that, and I'm not talking now also as a military man. It's very unacceptable. So the word again, perseverance. I'll continue doing my goals, and it feels great to be Latino. But I say to myself, not Latino, I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm an American. And that's how you should feel when you wear that uniform and constantly, take that with pride, because we are living in the best country in the world. And I keep saying that. And my two boys, they went to military school at Valley Forge. I have a newborn, and I keep going, you see? A newborn 4 months ago with my wife, and he's going to military school, even though she might say no, but he will. So having said that, I really enjoy being the mayor of a great town. I love what I do. I keep enjoying myself. I wake up in the morning at 0500 in the morning and do my PT and everything, and I'm constantly motivated. And people say you only sleep 4 hours. Who needs more than that? In reality, and I work like, it feels great to be Cuban American, and someday I will come back to Cuba, and hopefully we can make a difference over there. Even though I could say that just by Obama opening the doors, it's good, because now they're seeing our way of life, and they're seeing what we go, the freedoms, the democracy, what we enjoy in this country, and they're not very happy about that. And as much as they try to curtail the media in Cuba, it's not happening, and people are getting upset at the old regime, and I know there's going to be a change. And recently I brought in the resistance group, the Ladies in White, to the United States, because I attempted to go to Cuba about 2 months ago, and they already knew me over there, so they didn't want me in. But what am I going to say? Who cares, But anyway, I'm happy to be Hispanic America. I feel honored, and I can tell you statistics. Mapi just gave me this, and it's true. By the year, here we go, Mapi, 2050, 30% of the population of this country, and right now we're going to be about 40% of the employment of this great country. So my advice to a lot of people here, start learning the language. It's actually a lot of fun. It really is, and you know what? You compete, especially the enlisted members. The more languages you can learn, and I speak a couple of languages, the better. And it helps. So anyway, my doors are open at West New York, Mayor Diaz. Thank you. And I meet the Colonel, Command Sergeant Major, and I'm happy. So whatever you guys need as far as housing, employment, or any advice or whatever, go through your commanders, and please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm honored to be here amongst you, and it feels great. It really does. And I look forward, hopefully, God willing, next year I can wear my uniform again, because I want to go back in. You know what? There is a need. And I say I'll stop when I'm in the coffin, because that's the only way I'm going to stop. And I say thank you. And now I have a presentation for your commander.